everything sacred is on the ballot. Our democracy, our dignity, and the sustainability of the planet. I believe we have to return a sense of civility, a commitment to the Constitution, common sense, and to the rule of law. I believe that people ought to be paid a living wage, that Martin Luther King was right. It's a crime in this wealthy nation for people to work for starvation wages. I've been a teacher for 50 years in the public schools, in the prisons, the last 37 years at Coker University. I believe I'd be the first member of Congress to talk about the school-to-prison pipeline that's taught in the schools and taught in the prisons. I've done human rights work in Central America, in the Middle East, in Gaza and the West Bank after the First Intifada, studied international relations. I've monitored elections in Mexico and in the Middle East. So I bring foreign policy experience. I believe it's time for the government to recognize a woman has a right to her own body as freedom of choice, and the government shouldn't intervene with the sacred discussions between a woman and her husband, a woman and her doctor, and a woman and her minister. My campaign is calling for a day of prayer and song at the steps of the State House on behalf of children's rights. And I deeply believe, after teaching for 50 years, that all children deserve more opportunity, that every child deserves a right to food, health care, housing, good schools, safe streets, clean air, and clean water.